Yo, I want to thank y'all for tuning in, man. Golly. Man, I had a little trouble right there, but for the most part, thank y'all for tuning in. It's your boy, Wham OG. Trot Wham to others, Walter to many. You feel me? And we just gonna do it like this. We streaming on all platforms. But almost all platforms. We got YouTube subscribers. Let's go. Hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification button because we in here. We in this baby. And then as far as all my people in the chat, man, I appreciate y'all. What's up with you, Vincent Johnson, my guy? What's the deal, my friend? And let's get it right into it though. So we on Twitter, Periscope, we on YouTube, we on Facebook too. So if you got Facebook, follow Who-Bangin Sports on Facebook. Today is one of those days, man. Today is one of those days. Now it's raining out here in California, man. Y'all know how that works. Driving is all hella sketchy. People out here being weird and reckless. And you know how that shit affects you, especially it's flu season. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got some congestive situation going on. I'm drinking turmeric every hour. You know what I mean? Got orange juice by the gallon. I'm trying to get it together though. But right now, it won't stop us from doing Wham Talk Wednesdays. We dedicated and we motivated to give y'all cash out here today. So let's get right to it. Real quick, real brief. This is my man, DJ Big Boss in the chat. What's happening with you, bro? What up, though? You feel me? I said that terrible. What up, though? We got Hustle Wilson. I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind and Snoop voice. Yeah, 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 that. You feel me? And my man, Mr. Fat Fist. What's the deal? Make sure he was the first person in here. That's my guy. All love, my G. All love. But we in here. We live right now. I'm trying to make sure I get a couple more people in here before I start giving out picks and such. You know what I mean? But we live right now. We on Twitter, we on Facebook, and we on YouTube. And we already tweeted out something on Twitter. So if you're watching us on Twitter, then hey, it's all gravy. It's all good. It's all Gucci. Let me make sure I send some couple play out. You know what I'm saying? That way people know we live right now. Feel me? It's only right. It's only right to keep the people in line. You keep the people in the squares. You know what I mean? What we doing? I totally bombed that. Whatever I was trying to say. But let's go out to the first game that we put out. We already put out one play so far on my Twitter page. Trot Wham, Wham OG to some, and it's Indiana Pacers first half -1. Now, to those on Facebook, because I'm pretty sure my YouTube and my Twitter people, they know what that -1 means. But for most of those people that's on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, they are looking at this like, hey, they're looking at this like, hey, what's that -1 mean? I don't understand this. So look, I'll give you a quick example. -1 means that we need to go over 1 point in that first half to cash. So we need the Indiana Pacers to win by 2 points, let's say. They win by 2 points, we're getting that money, which I plan on us doing. And if we lose by, let's just say if we get to 1 point, they only be up one point, then boom. You know what I'm saying? Then that's what it is. But I appreciate my man's in the background. Make sure this is all the way together. Shout out to my man Don Ricci. You know what I'm saying? I might have to slide you in here, Don, just to, you know what I'm saying? We could rant a little bit because when talks and Ricci rants, they have apples and oranges, man. It's the same thing, bro. We doing this out here. But let's go into Indiana first half. Why we like this play. Utah, they might go with a third straight game without their defensive anchor and Rudy Gobert. He's a game time decision right now. It's 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we don't necessarily have the idea if he's playing or not, but I got a good idea that he's not, just because this is not one of those games that they really can. They have to win. They are actually been playing really good these last couple of games, and they actually been playing really well in the first half for Utah. So we're fading them in this spot just for them to get back to life, get back to the normalcy of them not covering the first halves. And what I would say in this case, a lot of that has to do with this being the fifth game in 7 days for the Utah Jazz. Now that's a lot of miles, my friend. I don't know if a lot of you guys could go 5 games in the gym, let alone 5 professional NBA games. You know what I mean? Plus travel, plus back to backs. That's a lot of wear and tear on these players, and that's why I think he probably is going to sit out, even though he hasn't been playing these last 5 games. But I don't believe that he will play today. Now, going into what the Indiana has been bringing in, Indiana Indiana has been playing pretty well, and they just got two of their key contributors back. Well, I wouldn't say key contributors, but they got two really good contributors back. One is a key player, which is Malcolm Brogdon. Came back, dropped 14 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, doing all the good stuff to get this team rolling and keep this team at pace of being a contender once Oladipo comes back. Now we know Victor Oladipo is possibly going to come back, I would say within the next 3 to 4 weeks, maybe even sooner than that. It's one of those things that they're probably going to sneak it up on us and have him play. I did see him, do a little bit of their city jersey promos and stuff like that. So there's a good sign that he's at least out there doing, regular team things, and he's hanging out with the team. So that could be a definitely a long term look into is it see what he does when he comes back. But going into what we have as far as what as far as what Indiana has done in the last 3 games, they covered this first half in the last 3 games. And on top of that, they had actually got Jeremy Lamb, who is the other guy that just came back. He's been playing his last 2 games there, and he's been playing really good. It's a great fantasy pickup. A lot of these players on on Indiana are really good fantasy pickups for a lot of you guys that's into fantasy. Now we could go back and to talk about Utah, because they're going to have to rely on their bench in this game, in my opinion, and their bench is nowhere near to the talent level, or at least the motivation, or at least the grit like this Indiana bench is. They got McDermott, both of the Holiday twins, and they also have and both of the Holiday twins, they've been balling lately. Both of the Holiday twins, just not twins, but the Justin Holiday and Aaron Holiday, they've been balling out. So let's give them some credit there, and let's take the Indiana Pacers first half -1. It's probably my strongest play of the day. You know what I'm saying? But we already 7 minutes in. Let's go back into the chat. We gave y'all that first play that we was talking about. That's that -1 first half. For y'all that don't know, we need to win by 2 points in the first half to hit it. But like I said, my man Vincent Johnson in the building. Carmelo looking good this year. That man is back. I don't know if he's back, but he's definitely better than a lot of these teams, and that's why we've been campaigning on Melo and Jay Crossover, the man Jamal Crawford, to get back in the league, because they're better than a lot of these players that's playing. So let's do it, man. You see my man, unbelievable. What it do, bro? How you feeling, man? We got my man Greg plus EV, big boy right there. What's happening with you, bro? And I got a question here from Glocky hit a lick. That's my guy. I love that name, bro. Glad that's what we about to do. We about to hit a lick, my G. And you talking about the Toronto game? We could, you know what? I was really going to talk about my next play, but we could go right into this Toronto game since you got a lot of, you want to talk about this. Now we could bring up the spread here for Toronto. Toronto is playing New York Knicks, and the New York Knicks, you know, they are really good rebounding team, or offensive rebounding team. We could say that they are also a team that possibly I could see them having some type of value long term later on down the line. But right now in this spot against the Toronto Raptors, who's been playing really well without Mike Conley. I said Mike Conley, Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry has not been playing, but they have other guards coming back in, Norman Powell, Fred Van Fleet. Those guys could definitely hold the wagon now until till Lowry comes back. I like the way Siakam's been playing. I seen a tweet that came out that could he possibly get back to back most improved players, because his points went up almost 12 points without Kawhi on this team. Rebound and assists was up at least 2 to 3 points. That's crazy, man. And he has all the game in the world to be a great defender. As far as a great offensive player, and he's a great defender as well. So I got a lot of love for the Toronto. They're actually going to be in my money line parlay, so you can actually bank me down there. I like them to just come out and whoop that ass. I think I did see some other shows talk about how they own the Atlantic Division as far as what Toronto has been doing these last few years. This is a good. I think this is a good spot for Toronto, but I'm not taking them to cover the spread. I took them at a pretty hefty money line for a 3-team parlay that we're going to give out later on. So you can knock me down for that. I like them to come out. I think it's like minus 550 or 540, something around there. So I added Toronto, so I don't see them losing this game, and we could see them actually coming out whooping that ass. And I think they just gonna hold the necks of the Knicks, man. And the Knicks really don't have that much to they don't have that much defense to be able to stop this team. So I think it's the other way around on the offensive side for the Knicks. They don't think they're going to be able to score on this team as well. So they may be able to cover that spread, but I'm not going to chance it. I'm going to take the money line and dump over there. Mock Lowry, Mock Lowry. Yeah, that's what I probably was thinking. I was thinking about Bad Boys, Mr. Fat Fist. I was trying to combine, you know what I'm saying, Bad Boys 2 and NBA capping, which usually never works out. You know what I'm saying? Can't be having shit blow up in your face. You feel me? But let's go back into this. Um, let's finish off this money line parlay. So I already like the Toronto money line. Next play, I'm gonna take Philadelphia money line. Now we all know, and how you guys feel about Joel Embiid? Because I'm not a big fan of Joel Embiid after that bullshit he just did last game. But I believe this is a great bounce back spot for them. Joel Embiid, 76ers, Philly, 76ers. They're going against Sacramento without Bagley, without De'Aaron Fox. You know what I mean? That's a lot. And on top of that, they also have Bogdanovich, who's been one of their great contributors on the offensive end, possibly out too. He got a hamstring issue. He's possibly going to be out too. So I'm looking at Philadelphia to easily cover this, to hit this money line and beat this team. They're at home. The spread is at 9.5 in some spots. It looks like it's a real good game for them to bounce back for Embiid. So I'm taking them money line, and I believe I should put up my bookmaker account because that's where I made that play. Let me see the three-team parlay. So yes, I got Toronto minus 540. I also got Philadelphia minus 519. Now, if you noticed, a lot of these are in the fives. My man DJ Big Boss, I always try to consult to the OG, to my big bro on game. He told me he's been hitting a lot of these minus 500s, and a lot of that has to do. You really can't find them like that. You really can't find them on the card. When you do find them, just look at the game, maybe add them to your parlay. Now, I looked at these two games, which is the Toronto and Philly. Looked at them, and I wanted to add them, so I did. You know what I'm saying? The next game that I did add was the Lakers. Now, this one is, possibly one of those games that a lot of people are going to be watching. Possibly one of those games a lot of people are going to be split on as well. They're going to be split because people are actually anticipating Brandon Ingram to have a great game. Now, I do not see it. Besides him being a long, lengthy offensive player, being able to get the ball over a lot of people because he's taller than a lot of them, I just don't think he's going to be able to have the manpower, the muscle, and to be able to compete with, players like LeBron and AD. We traded damn near half their team for AD. AD about to eat on that ass. Now, he is a game time decision. I don't think he's going to miss this game. This game is one of those games that Lakers don't necessarily need, after they start off so hot. But I don't believe that he's going to not show up for this game. Anthony Davis is one of those players that he doesn't really miss that much games. A lot of people say he does, but he didn't really miss that much games when he was in New Orleans. He played a lot. He got injured, and he was out for a while last year. They just wanted to save him because they were going to trade him, but he usually tends to play. So I like the Lakers, and I got the Lakers. That one was at minus 275. So it's not the 500 that my man DJ Big Boss was talking about, but I got a lot of faith that the Lakers are going to pull this off. LeBron is looking at an MVP level, even though he doesn't have the same quick step. He's not jumping as high as he used to. And he does look like he's starting to slow down a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you guys. He does look like he's starting to slow down. But at this point, him slowing down just a tad bit is still better than a great percentage of the NBA, and it's still top tier superstar level that you're going to get from LeBron. So I like that money line parlay. You might as well just knock that in there for me. I got 76ers money line. We got the Lakers money line, and we're taking Toronto money line. Now, all what that means to my Facebook homies out there, that basically means that we need all three of those teams to win to cash. Now the money was, I believe it's at 101. if I'm not mistaken, or 105 for the minus. It's minus 101, minus 105. So it's a little juice on it. But at the same time, I really don't see Toronto losing to the Knicks. I really don't see a De'Aaron Fox less. Buddy Hield is a nice player. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he could carry this whole team, especially if Bogdanovich is out and also Bagley is out. Those are real good players that they're missing out. So 76ers definitely get a bounce back today. And the Lakers, prime time, right before Thanksgiving. LeBron trying to go home to the fam. Let's get off on a great note. Let's beat the shit out of these motherfucking Pelicans. And I'm with that all the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that all the way. Now, my last play, and I say my last play because I'm going to go into what you guys are talking about. I see a few questions in the chat here. My man's still talking about the Bad Boys for Life. Man, I can't wait till that movie come out though, bro. It kind of reminds me of LeBron this season. Just like two old actors trying to make their way into some big money. I mean, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But going into Washington and the Suns, Washington Wizards and the Phoenix Suns. Now the Phoenix Suns, they've been pretty fire, man. First half has been covering the over 8-1. The last 9 games for the Phoenix Suns, the first half has gone over 8 out of the last 9 games. Ridiculous. Same thing with Washington. They played to a high up tempo speed. They're number 5 in pace. They dropped 7-3 in the last 7 of the last 10 has went over the total in the first half. Now this total opened up at 124, 123 and a half at some spots now. I got it at 123. Now, I like the over in this game just because these are two teams that are going to definitely have a lot of showcase game. They're going to have a lot of showcase players trying to break people down. I like the fact that Ricky Rubio is going to play in this game. Him playing on this Phoenix Suns team has been an uplift or a facelift, however you want to call it, for this team because they finally got a point guard to give it to Devin Booker. Now, with Phoenix Suns, having that edge, I believe, in points because they're big favorites. This game actually opened up. Let me pull this up here for y'all, man. I should have had this ready, bro, but we moving pretty fast right now. But like I said, they're fifth in pace for Washington. Suns are actually 11th in pace for the league, but at the same time, they actually play a lot to whoever they're playing. They adjust their game plan to whoever they're playing, and they're going to play a team that's going to run a run up and down the field. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, I believe that they're going to be putting up points. Now, this spread did open up at 8, -8 Phoenix. Big hefty line for Phoenix. They have been playing pretty good. A lot of players, a lot of bettors have been backing Phoenix. I don't really have faith in them covering this spread, but I do have faith in them scoring points for Phoenix. Now, Washington, and I wouldn't be telling you guys the truth if they're dealing with the same thing Utah is dealing with. This is going to be their fifth game in a week. That's some tough shit to do, man. That's some tough shit to do. So I think they're going to play good enough, but it's kind of simply put as this. I feel like the matchups here are pretty dead even. You could cancel out some of these players. I mean, Ricky Rubio is not going to play any defense. He's going to give you some offense. Isaiah Thomas not playing any defense. He's going to give you some offense. We could cancel out Bill and Booker because they're both are going to be dynamic offensive players. We could cancel them out. Now, when we start looking deeper into this lineup, it's just going to be a lot of show me balls. A lot of players are going to be trying to show off what they could do against inferior defenders. So I feel like that's what we're going to see in this game. That's the reason why the total is so high. And I'm taking it at 123 over, taking the first half Phoenix Suns over 123. Now, basically, Facebook users out there, and let's go right back into y'all, man, because I know I got to cater to you. That means that we need this score to be at 60 plus by the first half, at least 65 each, something around there, something around there. You know what I mean? 62, 65, something around there. We can get it to there. I think that's a good idea. Plus, the first quarter is at 62. The total for the first quarter is at 62. And I think that total first half is going to be, first quarter is going to go over as well. But that's what I got cracking right now. Those are my plays. Just to give y'all a recap, my major play, the one I tweeted out first, which is a great spot for Indiana. I like it at -1 first half. I like Indiana -1 first half. Second play is Washington Suns first half 123 over. We're taking the 123 in the first half over. And then also we got a 3-team. I'm sorry, Dom. I'm moving a little fast for you, bro. My fault, my G. But but for the most part, in my next play, since I'm taking that first half over 123, my next play is going to be the parlay. The parlay consists of Philadelphia money line, Lakers money line, and we're taking Toronto money line. So that's how I'm feeling about today. I want to see what a lot of you guys are going to say. What you guys thinking. I gave my man hit a lick, a little something right there. I don't really got enough much faith in the spread though, bro. So I ain't gonna go all the way in there. KD 173 over. What's happening, bro? I hope you was talking about that over with the Phoenix Suns. Man, we on that one, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody on Twitter and Periscope following, watching out. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all the ones, bro. Appreciate you. My man, unbelievable. What do you think about the over with Gobert being out now? That's a great look. But these are two great defensive teams. That's the reason why I like Indiana as well. I probably didn't touch on that because we got some bonus, possibly being able to, lock down the. Give me back 1 second. We got Sabonis. Sabonis is going to be most likely. I think Sabonis is going to be guarded by Donovich. I feel like Bogdanovich is not one of those players that's just going to be outrunning him. So that's going to stop them from scoring. Bogdanovich is one of their main scorers, in my opinion, besides Donovan Mitchell, of course. Donovan Mitchell, I haven't really talked too much about him because I feel like what Donovan Mitchell brings to the Utah Jazz is kind of needed for any NBA team. So he's one of those players that you just kind of sit in. You need a player like a Kobe or like an AI or even like Reggie Miller, somebody that's going to be a cornerstone of your team, give you offense. We're not going to really rely on him to give all that much points. And plus, he's kind of been up and down with this new teammates, new get out. I think they're going to be a lot better with Ed Davis possibly coming back in the future. But with Gordon Bear being out, I understand you taking the over. It's at 210.5 at some spots, so I could see that. But I'm not really looking into it too much because I just feel like they're gonna that could actually possibly go under. To be honest, you know what I mean. Even though Gobert is out. But what else we got in here with the chat? You know what I'm saying? What else we got in here? What's playing right now, bro? What you talking about? What's playing right now? I don't know. I don't know what you talking about, my G. Fat Fist, what's happening though? What's happening? What's good with you, nasty Nate? My G, what's happening with you, man? I fucks with you. You already know. Man, hey, but this is how we gonna wrap this shit up, though, man. I see you guys out there in the near future. Anybody have any questions? Anything else that you guys probably want me to talk about? How I feel, my opinions on? I don't really have too much else on any of these other games besides that Minnesota San Antonio game. That game, I was originally thinking Minnesota, but I actually got burned on the motherfuckers last week, man. I took the money line first half. They did some bullshit. It had like six fouls in the first quarter. Two of those, I mean, almost three. Two of those, or almost three of those, were for Cat. Once that happened, bro, I was already calling that a loss. So I don't really have too much faith in them. Maybe it's some recency bias there, but the over and the Atlanta Milwaukee game, that makes sense to me. I think you could possibly get a cover out of first half Atlanta as well. They got Trey Young coming back. They got all the other two rookies playing as well, and Hunter and Cam Reddish. So I could see that going. I could see them covering the first half there, and we already seen how Jabari Parker played them last time. He was trying to go at Giannis. You know what I'm saying? He remember when Giannis was under him in the depth chart. He trying to go at him. So I could see them covering that first half as well. First quarter for Orlando has been cashing. I seen my man Joe tweet that out that the first quarter of Orlando has been cashing. So that's possibly a look, but without Vucevic, I don't think I could fucks with that. And we already talked about Sacramento, but I mean, let's go into this though. Now, I remember last year we were all talking and we kept on saying, "Hey, man, Kyrie off of the ball, like when he's not playing, Boston is playing really nice." Boston is playing really nice. Soon as he gets out on Brooklyn, they start playing really nice. So I don't think this is a trend. I think this is a fact. I played with a lot of ball hogging motherfuckers before. Now this is going all the way back to elementary, you feel me? But I done played with some ball hogging motherfuckers before, and they don't really pass you the ball. You start getting a little depressed. You start holding the ball a little longer now because you ain't gonna get it back. You know what I mean? That shit kind of affects your game. So I think that could be a reason for these two teams to do better without their all-star point guard. And I mean, this is a game that you obviously want to go with Boston. It opened up at 7.5, 7. Now it's at 8.5 for Boston. I honestly could see Brooklyn coming out doing their thing here. And plus, my man Dinwiddie just got Eastern Conference Player of the Week the other week. So, I could see that duplicating him playing a really good game lately. So, I mean, I'm not on it yet, but I could see them coming out and covering this 8.5. Maybe we could get it at 9, which it is at 9 at Heritage. Maybe that might be the spot. Maybe that might be the spot right there. But other than that, man, I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. This is Wham Talk Wednesdays. Wham Talk today is the day before Thanksgiving. Some of y'all celebrate, some of y'all don't. I ain't about to be eating nothing, man. You feel me? I'm about to just be drinking liquids, orange juice, trying to get my life back together. You know what I'm saying? Shit been fucked up lately, but I love y'all, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to Twitter. Shout out to YouTube. And if you are on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification button. We got 2 shows coming up that's gonna be fire. I already know. We got the Rivalry Week show with my man DJ Big Boss, and we got Boston the Sauce coming on tomorrow. So make sure y'all tune in as well to the Pick Six Contest show on SBR Sportsbook on SBR Network. Now, SBR, they had the Pick Six contest normally with my man Jimmy. Today we got the OG legend Flash Gordon. That man is fire, bro. So make sure y'all tune in for that one with my man DJ Big Boss, Big Ragu, Pick Six contest. And other than that, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is what it is. Hit the like button. Let's get it. Hustle Wilson, what's happening with you, bro? I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Peace.